Speaker, sir, for this opportunity. I rise to debate on this debate, Mr. Speaker, sir, on this motion, rather, Mr. Speaker, sir, given the intensity of this document, Mr. Speaker, sir. This document, Mr. Speaker, sir, as it is well known to everyone herein, it is a document of deepmost interest to each and every one of this House, Mr. Speaker, sir. And this document, Mr. Speaker, sir, before any other person, it is of importance of each one and everyone who is seated herein, Mr. Speaker, sir, at a personal level, not excluding the nominated members, or rather the special elect members, Mr. Speaker, because they also as well come from different wards, Mr. Speaker, sir, and they have interest in their wards, Mr. Speaker, sir. And apart from that, Mr. Speaker, sir, even our staff at the County Assembly are affected by this document. The entire County Assembly is affected by this document, and the entire executive, Mr. Speaker, sir. But largely, the people we represent, Mr. Speaker, sir, are affected by this document. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, sir, all throughout the week, as you could have noticed, Mr. Speaker, sir, we've tried as much as possible to request for this document to reach our desks as soon as possible, so that we can go through this document, internalize the document, get to know what it entails, so that later on, a day like today, when we are standing here, we can give our views on this document, either in support or maybe add something to whatever that is already in this document, Mr. Speaker, sir. But the time limit that we are having, Mr. Speaker, sir, given that our pleas and repeated requests were not met, Mr. Speaker, sir, here we are trying to internalize all this document, and it is a colossal document, Mr. Speaker, sir, within a few minutes of being presented by the chair, Mr. Speaker, sir. I personally have seen some few points, Mr. Speaker, sir, but some of them have already escaped my mind, because it is my first time that I'm coming across this document, Mr. Speaker, sir. So my plea, Mr. Speaker, sir, even without me going through this document, because I think we'll have another session of the first reading and second reading, where bit by bit we are going to be analyzing all these funds that have either been reduced or increased, and I think from there maybe we can be able to tackle those issues. But on this same, on the report motion point, Mr. Speaker, sir, my plea is that, Mr. Speaker, sir, we ought as a House to be given ample time to be going through this document, and not only this document, any other document that comes across this House. But I'm pretty sure those that are really affect our people that we represent is one of this budget, and the other one of finance bill, Mr. Speaker, sir. And you can see, we've already seen an example of what some of these documents can lead, not only in a county, not only in a ward, Mr. Speaker, sir, but the entire nation. We've recently observed the demonstration by the younger generation, Mr. Speaker, sir, and these are our children, Mr. Speaker, sir, and they want to be heard, given the document that was being undertaken, Mr. Speaker, sir. And you can imagine, as a representative of the people, you are passing a document that affects so many lives, and yet you don't know anything that is entailed in that document, Mr. Speaker, sir. You only come to know of it when you are attending the House, Mr. Speaker, sir. So my plea, Mr. Speaker, sir, if it is very possible, is that maybe we need extension of time, so that as honorable members, we can be able to go through the document and analyze it very well, and then come next week, even if it's on Tuesday, Mr. Speaker, sir, we can come debate on this document in a manner that is proper. That is my take, Mr. Speaker, sir. And apart from that, Mr. Speaker, sir, having said that, it is also my plea, Mr. Speaker, sir.
What is it, Honorable Member from Matapata South, 40K Junior?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Though I thought my Honorable Member is finishing his comments. But for me, I'm standing to request other part of this document. I'm reading annex here that I'm not having here. So please, full service of this
document. If it is a different issue, allow the member to finish.
I was to get to that, but he has jumped the gun, so Mr. Speaker, sir, I won't repeat it. It has already been said. But as I'm finishing, Mr. Speaker, sir, what I want to plead is that, Mr. Speaker, sir, we had requested for at least 3-day session as a whole House, not only to go through this document, but also, Mr. Speaker, sir.
What is the issue?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm still listening to my friend and my potential deputy governor in the future, Honorable Mbiriri. You know, yesterday I think the speaker pronounced himself that today is an allotted day for budget. So requesting for another 3 days, I think he's misleading the house. Our absent, he was sick, I think. Anyway.
I think Mr. Speaker, sir, he has come to his own, he has been able to answer himself, given the fact that I was sick, Mr. Speaker, sir. And that is why I'm also lamenting, Mr. Speaker, sir. Being sick is not something that one looks upon himself or herself. And we cannot still be denied our right of going through the document. But either way, Mr. Speaker, sir, as I was saying, not only for us to go through the document, Mr. Speaker, sir, we need to know how to really internalize this document. Because some of the things that we are seeing here, Mr. Speaker, sir, like on the first few pages, let me just, on say page number 10 of this document.
Mbiriri and the entire House, you know the budget day we have limited time. Therefore, we only allow 3 minutes for your contributions or comments on this particular sitting.
30 more seconds, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I'm giving you the 30 seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. As I was saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, like on page 10, we have a table there where we have a budget, appropriation, amount received, the balance. And I think it is simple mathematics for one to find the performance percentage. But yet, if you do the mathematics, Mr. Speaker, sir, it doesn't add up. Maybe it is me who doesn't know how to interpret the table, so we need explanation on the same, or it is an error on the budget committee. But this is not to say that the budget committee has not done a good job. We commend them for the good job. But as well, we as members of this House, Mr. Speaker, sir, we feel that we need to be part and parcel of this document for at least 3 days, Mr. Speaker, sir, just to be taken through this document and also trained on how to internalize this document. Thank you, and that is my proposition.
Honourable members, I need to respond to the Honourable member on the issue of the document or the budget estimates. On Tuesday, that is this week, we posted the entire budget on your group WhatsApp for the numbers. The reason for posting was for you members to go through the document. That was the reason. So if you had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course the afternoon for today, unless otherwise you got ample time to go through the budget process, the budget estimates. Secondly, the reason why we have a committee of the whole House after the moving of this motion is either to accept the estimate or to propose the changes. That was the reason that the entire document was posted in the WhatsApp group for members. So I don't see whatever estimates that the chair read and the proposed changes are actually the reason you have a committee of the whole. Because we'll be going through clause by clause. And in case of any that you are not comfortable, you have time to propose changes on the same. So, Mbiriri, as much as I agree with you that these documents need to be posted or given to members before or with enough time to go through, this one you have more than 72 hours. Secondly, the reason we go for public participations in every one is not just to allow you as a member to go through the budget estimates. It is also to allow your member, people who you represent. And that is why we have proposals for every project in the county to be done in the coming financial year. That is the reason. And if you look at our public participation, we have increased the public participation from 5 days previously to 10 days. Every sub-county was given 2 days. Therefore, this process has started maybe 2 months ago. And that was the reason, as a representative of the people, in case you see any changes from what your people have proposed, that is why you are given an opportunity during the committee of the whole to change what you think is not right. So I want to direct that let us not go that direction, because today is an allotted day. The day you are also supposed to check these budget estimates if you feel they are not good for or they're wrong in whichever way.
Maybe, Mr. Speaker, sir, you've
I've not even given you time to respond, so please be seated.
Sir,
Yes. Because honorable members, the other day I know the chair proposed a few changes. And specifically, you read at the summary of the budget. The summary, because maybe the document is very huge. But if you look at the summary of every allocation, it is very simple for everyone, for every member to go through. There are some technicalities if you go through the document, especially when it comes to some issues on the executive expenditures. But when it comes to development, it is a very simple document because it has a summary, every one allocation, every specific project, every money or every funds that are moved to the next coming financial year are there. So I think honorable members, so that we don't waste time, we make our contributions, we allow. When we say it's an allotted day, it means we can go up to midnight. And during that particular moment, you can actually express everything and any changes you want to make.
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And in case of anything, Honorable Mbiriri, I think be patient. And in case of anything, Honorable members, either changing, moving, or not agreeing, it should be in a form of a motion. It's not just an issue of, even the speaker cannot just direct that we move to. So if anything that you feel you are not comfortable, it should be in a form of a motion. And it's allowed, because there are motions that we move without notice. So let me allow you the last time say something, because we are not going to waste a lot of time. So Honorable
Thank you,
Mbiriri.
Mr. Speaker, and I won't take much time. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm in agreement with all what you have said. The only problem is, Mr. Speaker, sir, you've mentioned that we were shared the document on Tuesday.
Yes.
But the thing is, Mr. Speaker, sir, the document was not the final document, Mr. Speaker, sir. And we were left wondering why...
That is why the chair was reading the few final changes that were done by the committee. And they are very clear. The chair saying, honorable members, we have few changes here and there. So, for those changes the chair have pointed, please be clear and see what are those changes. Otherwise, the entire document is what you have.
And that is what you want to raise, Mr. President.
Raise to the committee of the whole for those changes.
Is that
No, they are very
procedural?
minimal. They are very minimal.
Was that procedural, Mr. Speaker, sir, because some of the...
Yes, it is procedural because it was a committee writing report.
Okay.
It's the same as you do during your committee. You are chair. When you do a committee writing report, after going around, sometimes you make some changes. But during that particular moment, the chair must notice the House. Honorable members, we have few changes here and there. For example, I have a change on, I think, on issues of development for ward offices. That there was an addition, I was thinking here, that there was an additional of 20 million. I don't know whether it's 20 or 15. That is the reason. So, Honorable Mbiriri and the rest, please, don't those issues we should raise during the committee of the whole.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And I honorable members on that one, I have given direction that as we proceed, that one, don't bring the issue of you have not gone through the document. If you have not gone through the document, even if we give you another 3 days, it can't work for you.
With evidence from you, Mr. Speaker, sir, from whatever the President addressed and directed yesterday, it is a serious matter. Mr. President himself said that in their own budget they are going to trim on unessential expenditures. Are we going to do the same with our budget because it will trickle down? And how are we going to do that? Because now we are caught up with time.
You are very honest on that. And unless we have changes on the national releases that will affect counties, then now we need to do a supplementary budget of this. So that one will affect this particular budget unless the national government is going to do some few changes on the issue of county allocations. But if that happens, then we'll be doing a supplementary budget to make the changes. Well, so Honorable, can you proceed? Honorable Ganini, member for Manabata South.